All right, we are live. Hey guys, welcome to the Kings and Queens Challenge the Coach stream. Today, Coach Magesh has a day off, so it is Coach Henry and Coach Ben, National Master, Benjamin Snodgrass. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, the quality of commentary hopefully won't be reduced that dramatically, but we'll see.
Hopefully it's higher than the quality of the video, which last time I checked is stuck in 360p. So please let me know in the chat if the video is extremely blurry for you, and I'll do our best to fix it in real time, but I can't promise anything. Okay, so right now I think we have Coach Luis ready to accept your challenges. So challenge Chuni Flow on chess.com, and we will watch your games. He's not in a game right now, so please get your challenges in. I see a lot of people in the chat. Where is Coach Luis? Coach Luis is on chess.com. Luis, go back on chess.com. Accept all the challenges. Nobody's in. Ben, do you have any challenges?
I do not.
I just smartly messed up my whole view of the board, but I think I fixed it. Okay, nobody's challenging us. This is going to be a short stream. Maybe me and Ben can play each other if nobody challenges us.
I would not want that. Coach Henry's going to beat me too many times.
It's true. He's got to hold on to those rating points as best as he can. Okay, Chess Boy, if you want to challenge Ben, let's wait. If you challenge Ben, it won't be on stream at the moment. We're going to start by challenging Coach Luis. Challenge him first, but you'll have time to challenge everyone. Don't worry.
Okay, I think he's in a game now.
All right.
Yeah, that's some Roy Lopez action.
Excellent. Okay, so Best Mule played a weird line of the Roy Lopez. He put his knight on e7, but it looks
I think that's still a line, though, right?
Yeah. Okay, so he's going after the bishop on b3, but I think he's dropping a pawn on e5. What do you think?
Yeah, looks like a free pawn to me. Maybe even bishop takes f7 first could have been interesting.
Bishop takes f7. Oh my goodness.
Okay, well, it was a move to look at, but yeah, the free pawn's
bishop
simple
f7.
enough.
Yeah, I'll take the free pawn and threat to checkmate in one, I guess. Okay, so now Black is doing their best to get captured, but as usual, I think that you guys are playing too fast in the opening, and then you tend to slow down once you've already hung something terrible. So here, you're down a pawn, but okay, the game's not over. I would focus on getting your bishop out of the way and castling Mr. Best Mule. Okay, bishop g7.
d5 I really like, shutting down that light square bishop. Nice move.
Okay, so it looks like white is up a pawn.
Yeah, being up a pawn is always nice. Yeah, bishop g5 also makes sense. Just developing, pinning the knight. And that pin can actually be kind of annoying for black. It's not really clear what black should do in this position, I guess. Oof, f6. Never play f6.
What do you think about Coach Luis's decision there to play bishop h6 after f6? I feel like f6 made the bishop so bad that I don't want to play bishop h6 anymore. Like, the dark squared bishop is better.
Yeah, that's fair enough, but maybe black could play f5, which I still think is okay, maybe not anymore, but
so you think he was
f5,
going to play f5 afterwards? Yeeter Master, you can challenge at any time control, but hopefully nothing with increment. We hate increment. Increment's the worst. Play 5-0 or 3-0 so that we can flag you if we have to, okay? Okay, queen
that means I would
e8
get flagged.
is an extremely mysterious move to me.
I mean, black's position is pretty tough, but yeah.
Maybe he's trying to go queen f7 and queen g7?
Queen e7,
I'm not sure. It doesn't seem necessary to me. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, what does black do?
Once. But yeah, what does black do? h4 makes a lot of sense. It's going for h5, try and scatter the king side a little bit, I guess.
Okay, and it looks like black is executing their long plan to try to force the queens off. But yeah, I don't know, because white's still pretty happy to be a pawn up, even if the queens are off the board. Okay, he finally plays f5, which...
Knight g5, knight g5. That's the reason f5 wasn't so good.
Yes.
It's a move you want to play f5, but knight g5 is killer. Now the knight gets into e6, and that's basically game over.
Queen g7, there will be a big fork on g7, or we could just give away the queen right away. Okay. So it looks like that game is over. Okay. Do you want to accept the challenge, Ben? Do you have any challenges?
I don't yet, but I can't accept a challenge, sure. If anyone wants to play me, I guess you can challenge.
Yep, feel free to challenge me or Coach Ben.
Yeah, since we only have one coach playing today, I guess one of us can play to get some extra games in.
And guys, let me know, is the video super blurry? Because that's what I'm kind of worried about, because it's telling me it's outputting 360p, which last time I checked is like this big. Okay, so let me know how the video looks, Chess Boy or Yeeter Master, or some guy in the chat named Nagesh Panchonathan. That guy sounds like he might be good at chess. Okay,
Luis is in another game of Roy Lopez. Oh, it looks like I have Boss Pineapple challenging me. I'll accept.
All right. So the good news is I probably can't tell anything to Ben during the commentary that he didn't already know, but I'll try to avoid. Maybe you can commentate on your own game, Ben. What do you think?
Sure. I'll play some good openings today, hopefully, unlike last time. But yeah, I'm just playing some Catalan, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, there was a week, Ben, where I can't remember if maybe you like lost a game really early and then you just like played the Grob every single game, or even worse.
Yeah.
So if
I was
could,
a little bit tilted, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but you won with those openings, right?
I did, yes. I actually won all my games with those silly openings. So maybe there's something to it. Yeah. I don't know.
But last time I checked, you win every game with the Catalan, at least against me. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty good opening. Although Boss Pineapple's doing a pretty good job right now. To be honest, I don't exactly know how to deal with Knight D7.
I can't commentate. Of course, I know the move. I've already calculated to checkmate in 18 here, but I can't share it.
Well done.
Unfortunately.
Boss Pineapple said, "I dare you to play H4 in the game chat."
H4.
I kind of want to play now just to see.
I'd say you almost have to. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, he challenged me to it. I kind of have to. But at the same time, I don't want to drive my E5 pawn. We'll see.
All right, Magesh says the stream looks fine. Good to hear. All right, Best Meal is challenging me over and over and over. Sorry, Best Meal, not right now. But I will definitely take some games later. Okay, I'm going to take a look at Coach Luis's game, but good luck to you, Coach Ben. Okay, so we have another Roy Lopez. Boy, we like the Roy Lopez. Okay, but this time Luis is on the black side of it. He got his bishop outside of the pawn chain, which could be good. Let's see what's going on right now. All right, so they both kind of did this very long Roy Lopez knight maneuver. White went this way, and black went this way, right? So they both got their knights to g6. Let's see which knight is better on f4. Okay, so f4, yeah, the reaction d4 here makes a lot of sense, right? We can't take the pawn because we'll be dropping a knight here. So let's see what happens. d4, queen e7, bishop takes f4, df4, knight f5, bf5, ef5. Okay, so we have a weird pawn structure, but actually kind of weirdly symmetrical, right? All right, so white gets a strong knight into e5. I think white is doing pretty well in this game. I think Sa Epic, decent play so far. And I guess the question is oh, here's the question. Can we actually defend the f pawn? I guess that's a bigger question. g5, we could take en passant, right? I think that Coach Luis might have been banking on forgetting about taking en passant. Did that not win a pawn? You guys can tell me in the chat. Am I missing something crazy? Did I forget how en passant works? I think we could take here. And that looks kind of scary. Pretty scary. Okay. We played h4, which actually doesn't look that bad either. Maybe we can open up the king side a lot. Okay, so we'll check back in that game. I want to see how Ben is doing. Okay, Ben is down a lot on time as usual. Ben, I always comment on this, but I never have you in the call to ask you, why are you so slow? Why are you such a slow player?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm actually I don't see tactics very quickly, I guess. That's probably my biggest weakness. I just don't see many tactics in general, honestly. Probably the weakest point in my game right now.
So all the time you spend is spent just looking for tactics?
Basically, yeah. I mean, if I have enough time, I can see most stuff, but I do need that time. And hopefully, I still don't think I have some good chances to win this one, though. I think Black's king is a bit weak. And
interesting.
Like maybe rook e7 check, get the rooks coordinated. Rook h8 was a weird move.
Yeah, rook h8. I can't actually even. That's like a Alpha Zero, like alien move. What Rook H8? That's crazy, Boss Pineapple. Tell us after the game if you're listening right now. We are dying to know what was the idea of Rook H8. Were you planning H5 at some point? Like if the Rook moves, you're gonna play H5 maybe? Okay, but let's see. Somehow
Okay.
Ben has got his Rook super active, but doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah, I'm down so much on time.
Play his tricks. I can't really commentate without giving away Ben's tricks there. Okay, so Kashyap in the chat says, Coach Henry, can I challenge you? You can challenge me, but I will not accept it right now. I'm too busy doing all this commentary. Okay, but I'll definitely play some games at the end. And I think Coach Magesh may also stop by at the end to play his usual simuls. Okay, so what is going on in Coach Luis's game? Coach Luis looks like he is going to be up a pawn. And we have a very weak pawn on f5. And in fact, I said it was weak, but it's actually not weak. It's just lost because of forks. Okay, good job. Coach Luis passes lesson on forks. And I think he should be able to convert this game. Maybe I keep speaking too soon. I definitely keep speaking too soon because Mr. Sa Epic passes lessons on skewers. So if the knight moves, we're going to take the pawn on g5. And this is not so clear at all anymore. In fact, if the knight moves, maybe we could even ignore that and play rook e7. So I guess the knight should go to e3, but then we drop the g5 pawn with check. These light squared pawns right here look a little bit weak too. Okay, I think Coach Luis has some problems to solve here. Let's see if he could figure it out. All right, and I see Ben has made a draw.
Yeah, that was a good game for Boss Pineapple. It got low on time, as always, and yeah. Maybe it was winning that king and pawn end game. I'm not sure, though. I didn't have enough time, as always.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Boss Pineapple, he just went straight for making the pass pawn on the queen side, which makes sense.
And
yeah, Coach Luis back time. Okay. Yeah, I thought Coach Luis was kind of letting it slip here. We have some very weak pawns all over the board. Okay, he goes right after and attacks the pawns.
Yeah, that.
Now rook c5, and now we're losing at least one pawn. I think white is definitely for choice here, right?
Right. Maybe knight d1 check, though. So you can win a pawn.
Okay, we can pick up the b2 pawn that way. Good point.
Knight b1, yeah. Then you can go to c4 or something. But yeah, black seems to be struggling. Okay, I guess I can take another challenge if someone wants to send me a game.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Looks like we got a couple of challenges. All right, let's play ck&q. Not sure who that is, but we'll see.
Chessboy / Boss Pineapple, remind us your real name. I know Magesh is an expert. He knows everybody's usernames, YouTube usernames, and real names. But who are you? I know you. Who made a draw with Ben. Chessboy says in the chat he's a stream sniper now. Does that mean he was listening? Were you listening to our stream? He played rook h8 to defend the pawn on h7. I guess that was kind of necessary. Wasn't there a rook on the 6th rank so you could play h6 instead to do that? Or no? Armand, that's right. Am I misremembering the position? I was expecting h6 there to defend the pawn instead. I could be totally misremembering, though. It's very, very possible. Okay. So now... Oh, no, there goes the rook. White was doing pretty well there. I think he was really posing some problems there. But we dropped the rook on d5, and it's game over. Game over.
Yeah, all you need is a rook. That's all you need to win. It's a tough thing about chess, you can play all these really good moves, and game can end with just one blunder.
Okay, and Ben, you're in a game right now, right? Let's take
playing against ck&q.
Cool. I see that the chess.com analysis calls this the Black Mustang defense. Is that knight f3, knight c6?
I didn't even notice that, but yeah, it was probably not the most. Oh, trapped bishop. Bishop on d6 is nowhere to go, so c5 will trap it.
All right. Yep, that is a good tactic to be aware of. Made possible by the knight on e7.
Yeah, 97. I'm not sure. I guess, I mean, maybe the knight going to like G6 or F5 or something could have made some sense, but
It definitely is a problem when you play knight c6 so early like this. And I mean, I like to play this. I play the Chigorin sometimes, but I know that the knight is not good there, and you do struggle to get into the game sometimes.
right. No, honestly, practically speaking, I think black still has some chances.
Even here,
My
down a
pieces,
piece?
my pieces aren't so well coordinated, so we'll see. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Why didn't I just play king h2? I should just play king h2, honestly, to not let the knight come into g3. Because after knight g3, if I play rook f2, then e3 will happen. And okay, good thing you played knight f6. So yeah, if you would have played knight g3, I would have had to give up an exchange, I think.
Why? Oh, let me see.
Because like if I play rook f4, like black can play g5 or knight g6.
G5, they're interesting.
But that didn't happen. I might even do an exchange sack now. I'm tempted just to, expose black's king a little bit.
Yeah, I was
Seems
going to
unnecessary
say.
though. Just play e3, not let black do that at any point.
Okay, let me see if Coach Luis is playing right now. He is.
Looks like he
Coach
is.
Luis is playing Mr. Best Mule again. He's here for the rematch. Okay, so let me take a quick look at the opening. All right, looks pretty good from the white side so far. Okay, Bishop D2, Queen C1. That is a little strange, Mr. Best Mule. I think something more normalish, like I don't know, put the bishop on G5 and Queen D2 instead, right? But okay, I think you definitely want to trade off this bishop. I'm guessing is why you did that. You want to play bishop H6 so bad. We'll see what happens. Okay, so now Coach Luis is striking back at the queen side. And it looks like we might drop the pawn on e4. Unfortunately, your knight has to move, and your center is under pressure. So this is, of course, what we call a hyper-modern opening, right? Where white gets a giant pawn center, and black attacks it with pieces. Yeah, and if you don't defend it well enough, they will take your center with pieces. All right, let's go back to Coach Ben's game here. Well, he has an interesting pawn chain in the middle of the board. And you have a very interesting bishop on h1. Why did the bishop go to
my
h1?
idea, it's a grandmasterly plan, okay? I'm going to go knight g2 and knight f4. That was why I played bishop h1. Because my knight on e1 can't really go anywhere good. So I'm trying to get it somewhere good.
Ben, I feel like you said grandmasterly ironically there, but that's actually a pretty cool plan. I like that a lot.
It could just be terrible, because, I mean,
What
my
if
bishop on h1, of course, is no good.
What if he just
What
plays
if he plays
g5 now?
Yeah, that might shut everything down.
Yeah, the bishop might look a little silly on the square. But the good news is that you're up a piece. f5. That is not a move that I expected.
Now I go right into f5, f4 with the tempo on the bishop, even better. The f5 weakening move. Should always be careful before you move a pawn, because it can't go backwards. Like the e6 square is now permanently weak.
You can say the same thing about losing bishops. You should also always be careful before you lose a bishop, because you can't get it back. Which might be slightly even more relevant in that position. Okay, so here, Best Mule is trying to go some h4, h5 hack attack, which I like. That's good. H takes g6 threat. Queen h6 is coming. Uh-oh. What's going on now? What's going on now? Is Coach Luis in trouble here? How do we stop Queen h6? Are you just going to run your king away on f7, e8?
I think that's what he has to go for, honestly.
That doesn't look good. Oh my goodness. It's so funny because this is like the most obvious plan in the world against the fianchetto. You think somebody who plays the perk has seen this before.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
kidding.
it's not. I mean, he can still run his king away to e8. I mean, it's not ideal, but
yeah,
Luis,
he's going to lose some pawns with check. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that Coach Luis hasn't seen this before. Obviously, he's seen it before. I think he just was playing
very common idea.
a little too quick there. Okay, so Queen h6. Yep, continue with the plan. It looks good. You can take 17 pawns with check. And in fact, if he goes to e8, we even get the knight, right? Queen h6. If king f7 takes, if king e8, queen g6 is a fork, so you can't really do that. You have to go to f6. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
But
so queen f4
still queen f4 is a fork.
Yeah.
So this is Best Mule's game to lose, I think. We'll see what happens. I mean, us coaches are extremely, extremely tricky. Like here, well, we can still win the knight as long as he finds a move. F4 here. Let's see if best mule, or honestly, queen f4 again would work. So he's still in the driver's seat. It's still looking good, and he's up on
Oh
time.
man,
So
Koshkana was doing so well, but he just gave up a bishop for a pawn. I think he still had some good practical chances, but now it's two pieces is too many pieces.
Yeah, I'm thinking he just didn't see that guy is defended by the queen, huh? Otherwise,
probably.
Yeah. Okay, so let's jump back to Coach Luis. Oh my goodness. He did not. He played queen f4 check, but he did not take the knight.
You didn't see the knight was hanging? Oh man.
That was the whole point of your play. You played such a nice idea to win the knight. And after you take the knight on g5, it's hard to prevent queen h6 again, and the king goes out for another round in the middle. So, oh, what happened? Oh, we played bishop c4 and we resigned. Wow. Well, Best Mule, you were doing great in that game. You had a great attack, but Coach Luis, like all coaches, is extremely tricky, and it's not going to be that easy. Just because you have a huge attack on his king, he'll find a way to get to safety, hopefully. Okay, but you were completely winning in that game, so good game. All right,
yeah,
and this game is still going on, even though Ben's queen is extremely active, and
go for checkmate in one move. See if I can get knight f6 in. Oh, there goes the king. Okay, maybe not yet.
Let me check.
Looks like a check. And now I get to do this cool skewer. Okay. And that should do it. All right, good game, Koshkana. Yeah, I think even though he lost a piece early, I think he still had some good chances. Like all my pieces were really tied down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see who I'll play next. All
right, Luis is demanding more challenges. If you guys don't challenge him, then we will.
All right, I'll play against SA Epic. I don't know who that is, but we'll see. Oh, he aborted it. He didn't want any piece of me.
I do see Emmanuel online. Oh yeah, Emmanuel's taking challenges from the kids. Okay, so last I heard, Emmanuel wasn't playing, but it looks like he's back in it. Ben, you're friends with Emmanuel on chess.com, right?
I am, yes. So okay. I guess I won't take any more challenges. We can just watch the other two games.
So right now the coaches have won all their games. Coach Luis was in a bit of trouble, but he wriggled out both of all of them. Oh, yeah, sorry. That's right. You did draw that game against Boss Pineapple, but we're undefeated. That's what I meant to say. We are undefeated. Okay, so here we have, what is this? Some kind of...
I'm not sure what.
I have no idea. Some kind of Queen's Gambit declined Rogozin defense? I guess so.
Oh
my goodness. Coach Emmanuel. But, okay, we take on...
Did he? Yeah, he did blunder.
Yeah. And we don't have a good way to pick up that piece. Okay, so what are we down? Just a full exchange here?
Looks like it. I mean, white still has a nice...
Yeah, look how the knight is kind of like weirdly out of play, even if he comes back to b7, right? He still has those plays from b7.
Knight d2 is a move I really like. I mean, not only defends c4. Oh, wow, gives away a pawn. I don't think that was necessary. Well, but maybe his idea is to take on c4.
What could we have done? How is the bishop getting out of there if not through e4?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
But yeah, I guess we didn't have to play it immediately. We could have waited till it was kicked, but okay.
Yeah, and I think Coach E is thinking about not taking on e4 yet, but defend c4 first and then take on e4. Oh. Or there's tactics. There's queen d3. Or, okay. Queen d3, I think.
Queen d3, yeah. Or even queen b3 taking on e6, right?
Right, yeah.
Queen d3 made more sense, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, queen d3 is just hitting h7, yeah, and attacking the knight on c4. But he took on a7 instead. That's also a free pawn, so fair enough. But Coach E is down exchange. I think he's going for the flag. I think that's what Coach E is going for. Well, what he always does when he's in trouble.
How do you deal with just queen f6 here from black, threatening queen f2?
Queen f6?
Oh, wait, queen f6, you would deal with that with pawn takes f6, correct?
Yeah, I was like, am I crazy?
What I meant to say, Ben, was queen e7 followed by queen f7. So yeah, I don't know what you heard, but that's what I said. I think he might be going for this. A queen f7 is a threat here, right? And hard to deal with it. Okay.
Looks very scary.
Still queen f7? No,
Queen f7 might have led to mate, actually. Yeah.
defend with the other rook. Keep the rook on the f file, so you always have queen f2 ideas, right?
Yeah, for sure. Maybe queen f7. There was like some bishop g2 and like white's holding on barely, but it's very scary.
Is the queen not trapped somehow?
Rook
No,
a8.
it escapes with
Yeah.
queen a6.
Takes a2 though. No, it can't. Sorry, can't take on a2. Rook b8 and then trade the queens and then take on a2. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I think Coach E could very easily lose this game.
Yeah, because I mean that's a pass pawn, which is real.
For sure. I mean, yeah, like d5 still. So don't take the pawn on d5. That's a big trick not to fall for. Okay.
Yes.
Well
okay,
done.
he gets out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, but rook
King
f7
f8.
now. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
King h8 was definitely moved there. Now I think Coach E's perfectly fine. Yeah, that bishop on d5 is so strong.
Yeah, we're gonna take pawns on h7, and then we're gonna push our pawns. And
yeah, white just might be completely winning actually.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, he plays.
You can't really defend the h pawn.
What is e6? Is he
e6?
going for some weird mate or something?
I don't think so. No.
What, he went bishop c6? Oh yeah, he wants bishop c6 and e7 check. Bishop.
Oh yeah.
But okay.
Can't stop either bishop c6 or bishop f7.
Oh okay, yeah. So this is just the other move order. So
rook c8 maybe.
Rook c8's only move, right?
Only move basically. Yeah, try and cover c6. And then what?
Yeah, I think the other move order is more accurate. Yeah, I think bishop c6 first, and then e7 was check, and that's just game.
Right. Oh, okay. Black couldn't find anything. But he's getting really low on time too.
Did you see a win there after rook c8? I didn't think that was so clear. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? All the pawns are falling. Wow.
What just happened?
I don't know. I blinked and somehow Emmanuel was going from like, mate in 2 to what? And now it's just winning again? What? Was it this easy the whole time? Okay.
All right. I don't know. That was a bit bizarre.
Yeah. So the king decided to run towards the rook instead of staying, somewhere where it could protect the pawn on h5.
Yeah.
And then the decision to trade. I mean, you never, ever, ever 2013 NBK trade the rooks in this endgame. This is actually tricky to win, as somebody who's a participant in this very stream found out the hard way.
Okay, I was in time trouble. Okay, Henry. So that's why
you're in time trouble every game. So it's not an excuse.
That is true, but yeah, always keep the rooks on. If you're going into a king and pawn endgame where you're down 2 pawns, you're gonna lose that 100% of the time. So always keep pieces on if you're lost. All right, so both Coach E and it looks like Coach Luis both need a game. So it looks like
yes, challenge us, or not us, I guess. Challenge the non-commentating coaches would be even better.
Coach E is in another game. Looks like he's playing d4.
Oh my goodness, did we miss Coach Luis losing a game? We were
Hopefully not.
We were so invested in that Emmanuel game. Chess Boy saying, I beat Coach Luis. I want to take a look at that. Let me see if I can find that game. Might be too late to go back and see. Flow. Can I see an archive? That would be good. Archive. Yes, Boss Pineapple defeated Flow. Let's see how that one went. Okay, so it looks pretty normal. What happened here? Okay, looks okay. What happened? Oh my goodness, we just got skewered. Yeah, just C takes D4 is just skewering all the pieces, and then we're gonna lose all the material in the world here. Yeah. So
I'll do it.
Was that maybe some time trouble, or maybe just mistake CD4? But anyways, good job, Boss Pineapple. Good skewer.
Right, Coach Luis is in another game with Sai.
All right, I think he's gonna bounce back. I think this is gonna be brutal. Now Coach Luis is angry. We're gonna see him blow Sai off the board. Let's see it.
But I believe in Sai. He's a great student.
Okay.
He can do it.
Which Sai is this? Is this Sai Gandala?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What is he in pawn 3 right now?
He is, yes.
Nice. Okay, so we see the Italian, which seems to be the favorite of all of you kids. I played the Italian for a long time, and I had somebody tell me that it was an opening just for kids and that I should stop playing it. Which
It's a
I
good
think,
opening for everyone, though.
yeah, exactly. Like it is an opening for kids because every kid seems to play it, but it's also pretty good. Eventually, you stop playing D4 and you start playing D3 instead. But
Whoa, is there some
it's still an
trickery?
Italian.
Queen like E2? Oh, queen of. Wait, hold on. I think queen E3 would have been better. And if D5, there was like some bishop takes D5 trick. It reminds me of some Morphe game I remember.
But
You like take on D5, knight C3.
yeah, that might have been a good trick. Can I move pieces here? Yeah. So Ben was saying, oh, I can't move pieces. Great. It's not an analysis board. Okay. So maybe it was a missed opportunity there. But yeah, definitely attacking and creating the pin definitely makes a lot more sense rather than just attacking, right? Just having two ideas with it. Okay. So black has grabbed the pawn, but I mean, I guess white can get that pawn back, right? Maybe with
Probably.
taking
And
it,
good
but
on Sai not to be greedy and take that pawn before castling. Like bishop takes C4, D takes C4, queen takes C4 would have been a big mistake because of rook E8.
Yes, we could have run into a giant pin there.
So that's why white castled first. But I mean, what if black just plays knight f6 now? Or queen f6. So that's clever. Yeah, looks like Luis is up a pawn.
So knight g5. This move doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not sure why I see so many knight g5s. Actually, you know what? Do you remember, Ben, that game I played against you in the Dutch where I played knight g4 completely
Yeah,
wrongly?
I do. You did it a couple times though, not just that game. It was in a couple of games. You played
Yeah.
knight g5, and then you played h6 or h3, and just kicked your knight out.
Yes. So okay, apparently it's a mistake that, you know, whatever I was, 1900s make too. But yeah, don't play knight g4 if your opponent can just play h3. Like I guess I don't know. I thought I was making a weakness somehow with h3, but there's no weakness.
Yeah, sometimes you can claim that.
Is just normal.
But yeah, I mean, if your opponent can respond to like knight g5 with h6, then you have to go right back to f3. Usually, it's just a waste of a move, really.
Yeah. Okay, so here I think we're gonna see Luis happy to trade rooks on the e file. And
take a look at Coach E's game. Looks like he's about to checkmate.
Let me see that.
Looks like a nice rook lift.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, now the rook comes to g3 whenever we want. We're right now.
Yeah, king of eight. Queen h7, I guess, and that's just checkmate. So nice mate there by Coach E. If he does find queen h7, which I think he will.
Wait, queen h7, you just move the queen, right? I mean, you're still winning. But it's not just checkmate. You said it's checkmate. Oh, yeah, okay, we took h6.
I guess that's true, yeah. I'd miss moving the queen somewhere, but all right. Queen takes, pawn on d5, also good.
Knight g7 seems like it's setting up for a self-mate somehow. Like just taking
yeah, like queen a8 or something, but I don't know. I still don't see a mate. Whenever there's a knight around the king, it's usually tough.
That's the saying. Knight on f8, there is no mate. Okay, but
yeah,
that doesn't apply to positions where you're down in exchange and a pawn.
Yeah, Coach E has many ways to win this, so.
Yep, I guess he'll pick his favorite. Okay, I'm gonna look back at this game. Let's see. All right.
Looks like Coach Luis is punching all the pawns.
Another pawn. How did he get this pawn? All right, so here, Sai, I definitely remember showing you the lesson defending against forks. Here, if you had played bishop f1, we could save two pieces with one move, bishop to f1. So when your opponent, when you find yourself in a fork, don't assume that your opponent is automatically going to win a piece. You can still sometimes think your way out of it, even if it caught you off guard here. But here we just lose everything.
Okay, takes an f3. Maybe white has some tricks.
Well, f3, I just back the knight up. And we're up 3 pawns, so we can. The good thing about
three pawns
is you lose one, you're still up 2 pawns.
Yeah, and there's like knight f4 check too, I guess. Yeah. Okay, but king g3. Maybe he'll get one of them back.
It is not going to be enough, and you know that very well, Coach Ben.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep some intrigue because both of the games look quite over, I guess. Yeah, Coach E's just winning because he's up in exchange and a pawn.
All right. Yes, you can play. I'm not sure if your name is Gaurav or that's your parents' name, but yes, you definitely challenge any of the coaches. Challenge any of the coaches.
You can play a pawn, right? What was G5?
Was there something? Was there a D after knight takes G5 or?
I don't see one. It looks like he just gave away a pawn and side didn't take it.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess Luis is in some bad time trouble here. Is there any increment here? No, this is 3 flat. Okay, so that can kind of excuse
this will make
the
this
blunders
interesting
here.
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Play
tough to win.
fast, Cy. Play fast if you want to win. But okay, Luis has been around the block. He's played some blitz games. He can
I'm
blitz
sure.
this
In fact, already Cy is in a time disadvantage just like that. Yeah.
Although I don't see pre-moving from Luis here. I would have pre-moved my king up to like b4 and take the pawns or something. But okay, it's enough. It's enough.
He's got it.
We got that
It was a good
time
try,
scramble
though.
experience. Plus, also we're up 7 pawns.
Yeah, that's usually enough.
Okay, and unsurprisingly, Emmanuel did convert the other game. Let's see what's going on.
Both those games finished at the same time.
If you haven't played, definitely get a challenge in because we got people who have played 100 games going back for their 101st game. So, yeah, you could challenge Luis. Absolutely. Oh, that's Ohm. Yeah, Ohm, challenge Luis. What's up, Ohm? I just had Ohm in my camp today. I actually got second place in the whole camp for the points. And he might have gotten first if he had mastered the art of atomic chess, which was our final activity.
Oof, that's a tough one.
It is
I'm really
tough.
bad at atomic chess. You guys can beat me at that all day if you want.
I have a friend who's 2100 at atomic chess and 1200 at real chess. So he chose which one he liked better, I guess. All right. Is anything going on? Yep. Emmanuel is back in a game. He is playing his favorite French. E4, E6, D4, D5. Yeah, and White picked knight D2. Knight D2 is a very flexible way to meet the French. I don't know. Like, it's not the most ambitious, but you get the space advantage and your center ends up being rock solid. So let's see what happens here. E5. So here, I don't want to say something wrong. I'm not an opening expert by any means. I'm pretty sure the idea here is to play knight D to F3, bishop D3, and knight G to E2, right? Otherwise, I'm not sure what the knight on D2 does. At least that's the way I played it when I played this line as White, but I admit I might not have been the most informed. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really a French expert by any means, but I mean the knight can come to like B3 and C5 now, maybe. It's definitely an idea. I mean, knight B3 also depends upon right now. Or bishop B2. I don't like bishop B2. I don't know what the bishop's ever going to be doing there. Usually you want your bishops not looking at your own pawns like this.
It was already actually pretty active on the G5 diagonal.
For sure.
Okay, so Emmanuel plays a typical French F6 pawn break. He's trying to break down the big pawn center. And yeah, I think Black is doing well, right?
Yeah, I think Black's doing fine. I mean, of course, there's still always some questions about what do you do with the bishop on C8 and the knight on D7. Also, I'm not sure where that's going to go right away. Okay. Guess he's going to try and go knight G6 or knight F5.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, knight F5. I wonder if maybe a long time ago, bishop C7 instead of bishop B6 would have made the whole position a little more harmonious. Because then the knight could come out to B6 too. Okay, so we got some trades happening. I think the saying is that trades favor the side at the space disadvantage, which is Black at the moment. But I don't know. Do those trades make it easier to get the bishop out?
Okay, size threatening mate. Well, not mate, but the pawn on H7. Let's see if he sees it. He does.
Emmanuel does see it somehow. Okay, so now maybe the bishop comes out via D7 and B5?
Yeah, that looks good. I think Black's doing just fine now. Yeah, like bishop D7, bishop B5, maybe even like some knight C4 soon. I think Black's pieces are going to get pretty nicely coordinated.
And what if White tries really hard to keep the bishop dead with A4? Does that make any sense?
A4. I mean, well, right now it's never really going to be safe.
Oh, well, wait, that bishop used to be on a better square. The bishop used to be on C2.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what Coach Xi is doing right now. I don't know what this knight D7 is about.
Yeah, I mean, the pawn on E5 is rock solid. I don't know.
Yeah, like he's trying to, I mean, it's obviously the E5 pawn is really weak and you want to attack the weaknesses, but I find it hard to believe White's ever going to be able to, or sorry, Black's ever going to be able to take it. It's just so well defended.
All right, let me see. If Ohm managed to get a game. Ohm, what's your chess.com username? Just so we know. Because right now Luis is playing Unplugged 1550, who I think has already played a couple games. So Ohm,
Let's see.
if Coach
Oh,
Luis can hear us, try to accept Ohm's challenge if you know which one he is. I
yeah,
see.
I think Unplugged 1550 is doing pretty well. I don't know who it is, but I like that they have. They're probably going to double up on the C file here, and I don't know. It's always nice to have full control over the only open file.
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah. Like, I guess the bishop on d6 looks good, but if he doesn't have any targets, then
Yeah, exactly. The
it
bishop
doesn't
on
matter
d6
too
looks
much.
really nice, but
Yeah. So you just
what to do?
activate the rook on c2. I kind of like this. Okay, and what is Luis doing on the king side? He definitely wants to get something going over there. You think
Does he
this
want to
is
get like
just
g4, g5 maybe? Go really aggressive. Kind of like it. Whoa,
ooh,
knight
okay.
f6. Ooh, interesting. I don't
Wow.
like it because they can take on g7. I like the idea though. So
No,
now
no, not
knight takes
wait.
f6 first, maybe?
What was
No.
there? Knight f6? No, queen e5 then. Yeah.
Queen e5, yeah.
Okay. But now, yeah, like you said, we get to take on g7, or maybe no, you have to take on g7. Okay, and here probably black does not take the
Oh, wait,
pawn,
no, there's
right?
knight.
We just
I was
hide
gonna
it.
say there's knight c3, but there's not. Going for a queen trade, okay.
Hmm. Well,
Actually, now I like black's position a lot. I feel
yeah.
like,
When the dust clears, they're still controlling the c file for all of that confusion there, right?
yeah, for sure. And now the g7 pawn could just get taken, and
Mm-hmm.
an
Oh,
h5
now
can also get taken.
he's going to be up a pawn now. The
Yeah,
only
unfortunately,
problem
this
is
game
that
might
black
come
does
down to
not
time.
have a lot of time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're going to have
unfortunate.
another time scramble, which I'm pulling for
Yeah,
Coach Luis. I got to pull for the coach.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Black should probably have been technically winning this game, but
Mm-hmm.
just not enough time, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3 minute chess is basically slow bullet. If you don't like getting flagged too much, try 5 minute.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and the position is, I guess, drawn. He's getting his knight
All
back
right.
around. He's fighting honorably, but oh wait,
He would have even had the queen there at the end, but yeah,
yes. Okay,
closing on time.
there's the tactic there.
Let's go back to Coach E's game. See how that game progressed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good game to Unplugged. He played a really good game.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what has happened since. So white has a
Looks like
really
Coach
or
is
black
kind
has that knight on c4, which just got to stay there forever. The
of.
bishop has somehow gotten even worse, right? Oh wait, but the trade on c4 on move 40. Do you see that or 41? Then that strikes me as really anti-positional. Look how bad the bishop was. Like
That's insane. Yeah.
the bishop is
The
just
bishop on
comically
c7.
bad, right? Like what the heck? It's gonna have to. I mean, you can't even come up with a route for it. Like c6, e8, f7 does nothing, right? It's the worst bishop in the world. You take on c4. Well, now the bishop is
Yeah.
super
Now the bishop
active.
is opened up.
It's like
Yeah.
the greatest bishop in the world with one move, right? This is
Yeah,
something
for
we
sure.
talked a lot about in our camp, actually. I made him work through a whole chapter on activating our bishops and not activating our opponent's bishops. So, okay. Hopefully, people from my camp will not make that mistake. But
Oh, and then he just drops the exchange. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
yep,
And then drops the knight too. Okay, and that will
it
basically
collapses very quickly. Yeah, you see
exactly.
when one blunder gets made, it usually is followed by about 17 more blunders. Okay, so Emmanuel can pre-move checkmate now. Chuni
So let's
flew
take a look
out of
at
that
Coach
one.
Luis's next game, I guess.
Yeah, let's look at it. Oh my goodness, I can't even find it. Is he playing? Yes. Okay. All right, I got a challenge from Raghav. Raghav, I'm not playing yet. I might play later though. All right, so we have our usual favorite Italian, and this is by GM /RNV. I think GM stands for General Manager. I don't know what he's the General Manager of.
Brutal.
Okay, so wait, I can't tell. Is this a gambit? No, nobody's down a pawn. It feels like it was a gambit, but
Okay.
so white has the isolated pawn, which is blockaded pretty well by black.
Yeah, I wonder on that last move if white should have taken with the a pawn instead. It's usually a good idea to try and open up the a file actually, even though you do get doubled pawns.
Yeah, that's a common pattern. Yeah, take with the a pawn. the rook gets developed without moving it, which is nice because there's not too many open files. Or like the c file doesn't matter so much, right? And then
Exactly. Yeah.
people always are thinking the double pawns are going to be a weakness, but unless there's a way to come around and attack b3 or b2, which maybe there is in the future, then you don't really have to worry about it. Okay, bishop takes b3 is not crazy though, and now we have this position. So yeah, I guess I don't know. I think the isolated queen's pawn is too restrained, but I admit I'm not always the best judge of that.
I like white here, honestly.
Like,
I think the pawn on c6 can be a real target, like rook c1, knight e5, maybe. And
okay.
it's not clear what black can do about that.
So I guess yeah, if we play c5, we trade, and now there's another weakness, right? Can the knight be booted out somehow?
Yeah, I wasn't sure about knight d6 because it could just be kicked out. But maybe you play knight c4 and then knight e5. Get that knight in e5 instead, so the knight on f3 can still cover d4.
Wow.
And knight might be bad, but makes sense to me.
He goes knight e4 instead.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure like where that knight's gonna go from there, but it looks fine.
Yeah, and the other knight can come to e5 if he really wants, right?
Yeah, but then I was worried like d4 might be a little loose, like in some lines.
Right. Okay, well this is definitely interesting. I want to see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely an interesting positional struggle.
Okay, plays f6, booting the knight. I guess the knight can't go anywhere too scary. Sometimes you have to watch out from hopping into g6 or something. Can't do that here.
Gosh,
So,
I just never like to play. I never like to see the move f6. After watching so much Ben Feingold, you just never play it.
That's right. Okay,
so
it's
a very weak.
I mean, as long as the bishop lives on the diagonal.
Yeah, you're right. In this case, it's okay. With the bishop on f7, yeah, it kind of covers all the weaknesses that the pawn on f7 would have covered anyways.
Okay, so can white? I guess white can't really continue to attack the c6 pawn. So I guess that
yeah,
was
I
a
actually
success
think
for
black
Coach right?
might be doing better now. Yeah, because now the d4 pawn is just a target, and it's not clear how white can get an attack on c6. I guess maybe you can go like still here like knight e1, knight f3. I think a knight on f3 is where you want a knight.
Nice.
Oh, you're
right for it.
very nice.
Good. Yeah, these knight retreats are always funny moves, but okay, if your knight belongs on a better square, put him there. Here we're threatening a big fork on e2.
Looking for tricks. Also threatening the bishop, so we do have to trade bishops here, I guess. Oh, you missed the bishop on b3. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. But if you traded bishops, I could still grab on c1. I still win the exchange, right?
Maybe there's some bishop e6 there at the end of the line. Like,
oh, that could be.
One knight takes c1, bishop e6. I think white would have been okay. But yeah, it was tricky.
Bishop e6. All right. Yep. I guess you're right. So maybe trading on f7 would have held on for longer there for black. But now you're gonna have to still deal with the fact that you have a fork and a weak pawn on d4 to deal with. So I think the position was already kind of turning in black's favor, but then it ended very suddenly.
Yeah. For sure.
There's a saying, I don't know who said it, but it was about finance, and it's some rich guy who went broke, and he said, "I went broke slowly and then suddenly very quickly." That's usually what happens to your position too.
Yeah, exactly. Like in chess, like so often, a position starts looking bad at first, and then you're getting outplayed a little bit, and then you just keep making more mistakes, and the mistakes just pile on and get bigger.
Yeah,
and the position
absolutely.
Worse and worse.
Because even if your position is technically holdable, if you have to find 7 only moves in a row,
Yeah, exactly. It's tough practically.
All right, I can't resist. I'm going to accept the challenge from Grandmaster Saicharan.
All right.
Play some e4. And
I'll have a chance to commentate on all your moves now. It's always easier than playing.
Yes. All right. If your opponent plays f4, start by taking the pawn. You can do whatever you want after that, but you got to accept the king's gambit, I think.
Probably. All right.
I mean, you can take it and play d5. I guess the best way to decline it is maybe just bishop c5, but okay. There's some I just like quoting more than I like actually analyzing this, but there's another good quote, which is now I have the pawn and the compensation. Like I have a good king's gambit like set up, and I'm not down a pawn. So I guess I'm.
All right, looks like Coach E might just be winning his game.
I might try to jump back and forth if Sai doesn't put me under too much pressure on the clock. Okay. I agree, mostly because of the checkmate that's on the board. All right, let me get back to my game.
That's always a good indicator. All right.
All right, I will open the F file or something. I'll drop my bishop back to B3 if I need to. He takes that way. Should I trade knights?
Never trade knights. No, I'm just kidding. I haven't even looked at the position. Let's see. I guess I'll accept challenges too, since it is about the end. So if someone wants to challenge me, I'll start accepting.
Yes, challenge me, challenge Coach Ben, challenge everybody. Even if you see, is Magesh online? I see Magesh online. Challenge him already. All right, here it's clear that I should have traded knights. Let's play. I don't even know what to do. Bishop f4. All right, I'm gonna get a weird pawn structure versus Sai, but it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna put my king on h1. I'm gonna put my rook on g1. I will try my best to make it work. But yeah, probably was not such a good idea on my part here. Bishop h3. Yeah, displaces the rook. I'm thinking rook f2 or rook e1. Which one is better? Rook f2 looks really weird.
Yeah. Rook f2 is always a strange move.
I feel like I'm going to hang some bishop c5 tactics. Okay, so I have a bad position because my king is way too exposed. I need to figure out how I'm going to kick the knight or the bishop out, or I will probably be in big trouble. All right, maybe if I drop back to g3, maybe he'll kind of fix my pawns for me. That'd be nice. If he could cover that g file for me, I would appreciate that a lot. Okay, so he plays good moves instead. I have a lot of pressure on all of that. Oh my goodness, I think I'm just checkmated by Sai. I think this is a disaster.
He's a real grandmaster.
I know, right? We got to upgrade the general manager to the real deal. Okay, he's gonna play queen g5. I'm gonna hold on for dear life with knight e2, or maybe rook g1 or something. Doesn't look that great for me. But at least now I can play rook g1, and I can pretend that I'm threatening stuff on the g file. Yeah, I'll do that. I do need to play a lot faster than I'm currently playing, because it is.
Yeah, that's what I always have to tell myself too. But then he still plays slow.
Yeah, I haven't played 3-0 in a long time. I've gotten used to 3-2, where you can win positions just because you're winning, which is silly.
Right, but in 3-0 you can always flag. Yeah, it doesn't matter how winning you are. Okay, I'm playing against Best Mule, and
Best Mule's gotten a lot of games in.
He has, yeah, he has.
Okay, so I
Pretty
don't
nice.
really want to trade on h4. Play this. See what he does. Maybe I'll get my knight around here. That could be a weird spot for my knight. f5. That move makes a lot of sense. I like Sai's play a lot. I wish that the colors were reversed and it was me playing all of these moves versus Sai, so I could explain how good they are. All right, let's go completely crazy. Why not?
You're just playing that way to show all how you shouldn't play, I guess. As an
Absolutely.
example.
All right, so here I'm just going to try to run for the hills with my king. I don't see how he can punish me for it immediately. Like if he plays f4 check, I'm just going to run with my king to d2, and I'm going to try to hide out there. It doesn't look that great. I'm not under any illusions there. I guess he could trade on e4, and then I might be in a world of hurt. He can play that as well. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? I'm doing ridiculous stuff here.
Hey, the king is on e3, marched out to d4. Keep going with it.
I know, right? Well, king f2 is just losing a rook, so I have no choice. King d4. All right, so I checkmate me. Show me the mate. You have crushed me. You definitely deserve to checkmate me here. And you shouldn't have any trouble finding checkmate here. I think that's probably a good start, sure.
Good game, Best Mule. All right, I'm ready for another challenge if someone's up for it.
What was the result? How many moves did he beat you in?
And good question. He beat me in about 5 moves. It was tough.
All right, I'm gonna play. My king is still alive. Then I'm still.
It is, yeah. That's what I was saying. King d4.
Oh wait, why did I say that? I said that and then I immediately killed my king. Okay, so I'm gonna give away a bit of a bishop here. I am up on the clock. This is gonna be the most disgusting game ever if I end up winning this. I mean, just really, really dishonorable if I manage to win this.
Hey, a win's a win.
I guess this.
All right, let's see. Glowing
I guess this.
Blowing actor wants to play me. I'll accept. I can simul you guys too, so all the challenges, I won all of them.
All right, Sai, you completely crushed me. You completely crushed me. The only mistake you made that game was choosing the wrong time control. Choose something with increment.
Oh man, did you win?
You would have beat me. Yeah, it was wow. My goodness. I'm definitely questioning my legitimacy as a commentator here, but okay. That was not a good game. Sai, good game. I legitimately, Sai, if I remember, maybe I'll show that to my students and show how instructively you got a huge attack on my king after I made some careless moves there. You played very well. Good game, Sai. You should have crushed me. Okay, Magesh says he is ready to play some games if someone wants to challenge him. Is he playing right now?
Yeah, he's playing some people right now.
Okay, usually he plays about 700 people at once, so we definitely want to see this. Okay, all right, we see Tom is on. There's some good way that I can see all his games. There we go. Okay, he's playing 3 games at once. Oh my goodness. All right, so I see Boss Pineapple. Boss Pineapple's up a pawn against him. And he's low on time as usual. That's a time scramble. That's probably the one we want to watch. Oh, he's got 2 time scrambles at once. He's up a queen in one of them. Okay, and f7 is falling here. Okay, so here he should certainly be able to win this one. Does he have increment here? Why is he playing these time scrambles? No increment. Okay, he's flagging against Boss Pineapple. He's flagging against Boss Pineapple. There's no way he can make moves. Okay, Boss Pineapple has taken down Coach Magesh, and with it about 700 rating points. All right, and now he only has a couple of seconds to checkmate Mr. Unplugged. Oh my goodness. Is Unplugged going to flag him too? No! Magesh had like mated 2 or something. It's just up so many kids. Oh wait, did I get this backwards? No! I got this backwards. It was Magesh who was down a queen the whole time. I thought Magesh was just trying to find mate, but Magesh was the one who was down a queen the whole time. Okay, so I think Unplugged was outplaying Magesh on the board and on the clock. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll chalk it up to time trouble there, but you did win a Grandmaster's Queen with a pin. So that is a nice tactic, Rookie 3. You can definitely be proud of that one, Mr. Unplugged. Okay. And let's see the last game here. The last game. Oh my goodness. I think this is going to be a sweep and not in a good way, Coach Ben. I think Magesh is going down in the last game.
Losing all 3?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll get a chance to look at. Oh no, Sai, you blundered checkmate in 1. You had a good game besides that, though. All right, I need to see.
He's got 1 game left as far as I can tell, unless he's taking some more at the same time. Oh, he is taking more. Okay, so he's got. I think we might get to see like I don't know. You like the more you make Hulk angry, the stronger he gets. And maybe we'll see something similar here. We're gonna see Tommyzon take out his frustration on Best Mule here. All right, so Magesh is playing the black side of the 2 knights defense, which as far as I know is pretty good at. I think everybody by now has seen that famous game from Hastings. You remember that game, Ben? Where he got to play Queen takes H7.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Yeah.
That was in the 2 knights.
How do I get to go through all of the games someone is playing?
If you spectate one of his games, and then click on his name and click the little binoculars here, let's say observe, and then that'll pop up all the games he's playing. So right now he's playing 2, as far as I can tell. Okay, so they're playing some 2 Knights Theory, which I'm sure Magesh and Best Mule have both played many, many times. And yeah, I mean, in this line, Black just basically is going to play directly for a big kingside attack, and the compensation works. I'm not saying White is worse. White isn't worse, but it's. I mean, there's a reason you don't see too many grandmasters play for this line. Okay, so I played Knight H4 here. I think instead White should have played Knight E5 here, and then when the knight is threatened, you can support it with D4 or F4. They can take en passant, you recapture with the knight. Knight H4 strikes me as a knight who is out of squares. After
I think it's get trapped after G5, yeah, and got taken up.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. Okay, so now Magesh should have no problem winning. Now he has the 2 knights compensation, and he's also up a piece, right? All right, so against we have
On to the Grandmaster battle.
The Grandmaster versus the General Manager. Who will win?
Looks like Sai has a pretty tough position. That pin on the D file is tough. Ooh, but going for tricks with knight b4. I'm not sure how good that trick will work out for him, though.
Was there? Oh, I guess.
Yeah, I was saying queen d2, attack
Queen
the knight
d2. His
and
idea was knight d5, I guess, right?
yeah. But then
Okay.
still, it feels sketchy somehow.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it feels very sketchy.
I still think white has a very pleasant position for sure. Like, you can never play like bishop c6 because then c4 is going to get played.
Yeah. So you just have...
Like, these pins are tough.
So.
Oh, and that just happened.
C4,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, there's no knight trick or anything.
Yeah, I was thinking like knight c3 or something ridiculous. We just take it.
Yeah, take the knight instead of the queen. Yeah.
Okay, and Magesh is up a piece in this. So as usual, it's going to come down to can Magesh mate before he flags. But I bet, guys, if you challenge him, I bet he'll take more. I don't know that there's any limit to the amount of challenges he'll take. I'm not saying he'll manage to play all these games without flagging, but he'll accept them, knowing Magesh.
All right, it looks like Sai resigned.
All right, Sai resigned.
I guess Best Mule is just still playing on down a rook.
He is down a bit of a rook. Yeah, pretty tough. I think that a Grandmaster usually can convert up a rook. I don't know.
Typically. I'm not sure about me. I've lost many times up a rook, but for Grandmasters, they probably know how to do it.
You did lose a couple times to Mark Bernanke, right?
It was once to Mark Bernanke and once to Neo Ju when I was up a rook in a classical time control game. I was up a rook and proceeded to lose. It's tough.
I thought I had a game like that, but then afterwards I looked at it and the rook sacrifice was sound. I don't know if that's like more comforting or less comforting because I thought that I was just completely winning during the game. And you put it in stock position, it says 0-0 for a long time, and then it says like mate at 30.
I mean, sometimes you do have compensation for the piece.
Here, there's not too much compensation going on, though. Just checkmating.
Yeah, checkmate in a few, I guess.
Maybe Magesh will still mate. You never know.
Yeah, you can always try. Let's see. Looks like he isn't taking any other challenges, though. But I guess I'll accept a Grandmaster's size game.
All right, Sai's coming back for more. Let me check on the hooligans in the chat. Chessboy says, I am crushing the coaches.
Dude, he is, yeah. He is. Great day. Although he only drew me, so I've been spared his wrath.
I'm not taking. I took some challenges earlier, but I am not taking any more. I'm gonna watch Coach Ben and Coach Magesh play some games, and then I think we can wrap this up in the next few games here. I say that, but Magesh just took on 2 more games. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me start by looking at Coach Ben's game. Okay. So C4, black.
Always go for a fianchetto.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not too interesting. Looks like a pretty normal position.
Yeah, I don't know. It just looks so weird from the white side. I was just thinking if there's anything more aggressive black could have done. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, white's bishop on d7, for example, is not, or sorry, black's bishop on d7 is not so, I don't know where it's going to go, but we'll see.
What would you have done if black played c5 and knight c6 and really tried to play d4 or something?
Yeah, then they could have been maybe pressing for an edge.
So you would have let them play d4 and just get like a reverse Bonilla? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. There's many ways the game could have gone.
That's a very non-committal answer, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it would have done. I'll be honest.
Okay, so here I see somebody who, okay, they're not really up a piece because Magesh is going to recapture here, but they are up a pawn, right? It's a Najdorf. And, what is black going to do with their king? I guess they're just going to castle kingside. Wow. So we have ideas of putting something on e3 here. This could be very interesting. We should definitely check back on this game. So now, yeah, the knight on d5 is hanging. Of course, if the knight moves, we can take on d6. And in fact, we can take on d6 anyways. Here we can, if nothing else, we could take on, oh wait, take on b6. They recapture, yeah, with the knight. And then we get d6 with check. And now I think black is regretting not castling a move earlier maybe. So Magash takes on d6. And yeah, that was a pretty quick swing of being up a pawn. Okay. Here, what is this? Roy Lopez, and we're like 700 moves in, so both sides are shuffling the pieces as normal. Okay, but yeah, d4, and then Magash just responds with e4. Wow, I like that. Just gain a ton of space in the center, kick the knight on the king side. Wow, and it goes to a very passive square. It's going to struggle to get out here. It's going to have to go to like knight f1, knight e3 maybe. But in the meantime, the knight is pretty out of play here. Okay, let's check on Ben's game.
I got a couple now. And I might flag in both. That's a problem with getting 2 games.
Oh, you're playing multiple games too. All right, everybody's simultaneing. Nice.
I'll just get as many games in as possible.
Ben started 1 e3 here. Interesting. Ben, I don't think your position versus Sai is that great.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I'm getting outplayed slowly but surely.
The knight does not look great on h2.
I was thinking I could play bishop g4, but of course it'll just be met with f5. So that was not really my best idea.
Interesting.
Although, against VB7, awesome, he just played king f8. I'm not sure if that was necessary. Sai is starting queen h3 check. And also, I'm low on time, so I just need to play faster. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, VB awesome. Yeah, I mean, the default definitely is to block with the d7. I don't know. King f8 doesn't look that ridiculous. I guess you just struggle to get the knight out, or the rook out. But now, no, right? Now the king comes
I guess
out
I justified it, yeah.
The rook comes out normally, right?
Yeah. I think it's fine, yeah. Black got the king to g7 after the trade.
Yeah, but again, look at the bishop surrounded by all these pawns. I guess we could still play e5 and get the bishop out via e6, but for now it doesn't look very happy. It looks like another pawn. You know, you might as well just say black has 6 pawns on the king side instead of 5. All right, let me check back in on Coach Magesh's game. So the queen's under attack in the middle of the board. The e5 pawn could be weak. 94 here? But I guess, I don't know, do we really want to take on g5? Because this is going to open up the h file. That could be unpleasant. Oh, does that work? That does maybe work. Queen a6, the queen is hanging. There's some crazy tactics going on here. I don't know, this is looking sketchy somehow. Where does the queen want to go? I guess the queen can't get to this back rank anytime soon. So I guess is okay.
I'm gonna flag the Sai because I have to keep going.
I want to see it happen. I did flag the Sai.
I dropped my queen in the other game in the process.
You dropped your queen? Oh my goodness!
I was just making moves really quickly, so I had to keep going back and forth between the games.
Yeah,
I think I'll still win.
That happens, yeah.
I have good chances. I have compensation.
There is no compensation here. VB7, it's time to take Coach Ben down.
Oh, now I only have 1 pass pawn. So many rating points gone. That's okay.
For real.
I'm okay with it.
Well, now on the next stream, Ben, we can see if you can get your rating back above 1,400.
It was never above 1,400 to begin with. Should be eclipsing. I'll keep playing on, though. Maybe I'll flag him.
Yeah, you always got to watch out for stalemate. I mean, I know our kids are well trained to detect stalemate from a mile away, but sometimes they still always stalemate each other. So
Yeah.
See what happens. Although last time, I don't know. Did you see the stream last week? Magesh accidentally stalemated a kid up a queen last week.
Really?
I mean,
did not
as
see-
usual, he was playing 300 kids with no increment. and
Exactly.
no
Yeah,
time.
that's how it goes. All right.
It's-
Well played, VB7. Awesome. And well
All right.
played.
He makes the queen and helper checkmate. All right. So I think the lesson is that the coaches do good as long as they play one game at a time. Okay.
Yeah, playing 2 games too many.
Sai is
Oh,
very happy that he flagged Coach Bid. Yeah.
It happens often.
Yeah, I think you were doing pretty well, Sai. I mean, the opening was a little weird, but so was Bid.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So-
So I had a good game.
Mhm.
But yeah, it just came down to time trouble, and which is unfortunate, but that's okay.
All right, let's, I guess, watch Coach Magesh finish these last games, and then I think we'll
Sure.
be all done for this week.
Sounds good.
How many does he have? Just one?
Yeah,
So-
I won't accept
that's
any more challenges. I'll just watch.
So
Magesh's
unlike
game.
him. Okay. And Magesh can. No, the way he's moving so slowly makes me think he is playing multiple games. He's not? Okay. Well,
Oh, he is?
we made
Okay.
a pretty easy checkmate there. Okay. So hopefully everybody got a chance to challenge the coach if he wanted to. I know a lot of people challenged multiple times, so we did pretty well overall. Like I said, I think the coaches were the winners in the individual games, but as soon as it turned into simul's, it was a bloodbath. It was a bloodbath. I think Magesh lost 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Ben lost 2. I would have lost about 100, so that's why I smartly did not accept any simuls. Okay. If you did not get a chance to play the coach you wanted to play, you can always play us next week. Same place, same time, Friday at 6 o'clock. All right. Anything you want to add, Coach Ben?
Oh no, that's it. Good games, guys, and yeah, maybe I'll see you next time.
Yep. Good games, everybody, and we will see you next time. All right. Bye, guys. All right. All done.